Hello everyone, welcome back and welcome new viewers to some more STORMWORKS. We've got an announcement today, and I don't normally do announcement videos, but this one actually seems like it could be quite important. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what it's all about. Upcoming compressed gases and fluid pressure. A couple weeks ago, they were asking if we actually wanted compressed gases, and I think there was enough interest in it that they're actually going to do it. But I think it's actually going to change a lot of things, which could be good and could be bad for a lot of old builds. So let's jump in and read it, and let's see what's going on here. In this post, we discuss the upcoming changes to fluid pressure and new support for compressed gases. This update isn't planned to release for months, but we have been working hard on these mechanics, and there is loads to discuss. All right. Context. Players have been asking for compressed gases for years. We recently asked for community feedback regarding if we should rework this mechanic, with the condition that this would mean a change to the way the game works. Hopefully of limited effect to existing vehicles. Yeah, I think it is going to break a lot of vehicles, but I think we'll be able to just kind of jump back in and rebuild them. It'll give your old vehicles new life to be able to go back and actually rebuild and mess with some of those, I think. The feedback was overwhelmingly supportive of a rework to add compressed gases. The existing mechanics don't allow air to be contained in custom tanks or be compressed into smaller container. This isn't realistic, but the idea is to make the game simpler. Where a container is already full of air, there is no space for fuel unless you allow air to compress, and also allow backflow, or add some kind of relief valve. The risk is that, like in real plumbed systems, you can get airlocked where trapped air can block flow. This is correct. So new approach. The thing is, we're already getting airlocked already with a lot of our tanks and stuff. So this is something I feel like we're already used to. New approach. Simply adding special compressed air tanks isn't great because it doesn't make sense that air behaves differently in different containers, and it doesn't match up with the existing simplified fluid flow and pressure mechanics. So it is better to rework the existing pressure and flow system to generally allow compression, and for flow and pressure to also consider compression. I wonder if this is going to change the way pumps work on an air manifold on modular engines, if it's going to actually benefit or actually cause more problems with this. Compression and pressure. We are developing a new system where pressure is in real-world units. Atmosphere pressure directly relates to compression, where gas occupies a tenth the volume at 10 atm compared to 1 atm. Now we're just getting into like scientific numbers here. By adding compression and directly deriving pressure from this compression, you get a simple system that better reflects the real world. Fluid flows from high pressure to low pressure. The rate of flow is driven by the difference in pressure, and once pressure equalizes, flow stops. Okay. All you plumbers out there, this is all you. I'm gonna be looking for you for help on this, because I don't do plumbing. That's not something I have in my background history. I do know electrical and things like that, but plumbing is something I stayed away from. But yeah, so all this pressure flow and stuff like that, I'm gonna need your guys' help big time on that. Custom tanks and sealed areas can now contain air, and this air can be compressed and flow. This makes resolving flow through doors as much more complex, but has been interesting to develop. Oh, that would make sense. So if you had like a airlock and then it would open up into another, yeah, okay. You know what? I feel like this is all this compressed gases stuff feels like we're on our way to space. It really does. When we're talking about compressing air in one room and not the other. So anyway, custom tanks and sealed areas can now contain air, and this air can be compressed and flow. This makes resolving flow through doors much more complex, but has been interesting to develop. Yeah, I bet. The existing mechanics only allow for fluid to overflow from one compartment through a door to the next. With compressed gases, now you can have gas blowout or rush in. While fluid still needs to level out, this is quite complex. Consider the situation where one side of a door there is a high water level but low pressure, while on the other side there's a high compressed gas but only a little water. What happens when the door opens? Moment by moment. Exactly. Yeah, okay. I see where they're going with this, and I understand some of the struggles that they're going to have with this. Delta height. Within pipe systems, currently delta height equates to pressure. This is a mechanic that we plan to remove because of the complexity it introduces and how confusing it can be when playing STORMWORKS, especially with the introduction of compression. By giving compartments a single pressure valve, it is a lot easier to play and understand, compared to pressure being different based on a height inside a compartment. If air can no longer be created or destroyed, it does mean that air can be trapped and build up pressure, or a lack of air can mean that a vacuum resists a tank from emptying fluid. This is the downside of the rework. As well, it might be realistic, you may sometimes need to understand a bit about pressure and plumbing. There we go. Yeah, plumbing guys, I need you. We are adding new gas and liquids relief valves to allow air pressure to escape or be drawn back into vacuums to solve this issue. What do you think? Is this a more powerful fluid system or more difficult to play? Yeah, I'm interested to see what a lot of people say and what the how this gets discussed in the next few weeks and stuff. There's loads more to discuss, but this post is already quite long. Yeah, but there's a lot of information here. We're working on this update, many other new improvements and fixes, as well as major updates. That is plural, major updates. I thought we were only getting 2 this year, and and a new unannounced DLC. Interesting. All right, so we're getting another. There's a new unannounced DLC. Can this be space? Please let this be space. I feel like all this compressed gases is what's taking us to space. It really does feel like they're trying to get us there. We've been begging for it for a while, and I feel like this is the road to space. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Plumbers, recruiting plumbers. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and we will see you guys in the next one.